So after all the announcements and anticipation, FedNow is here. And FedNow is essentially a unified payments interface. And it has and does exist in other instances already that a lot of people just aren't quite aware of. However, there are so many questions that remain unanswered about FedNow, about how it's tied to businesses and bank accounts and the conversion of bank accounts without people's knowledge or consent, in addition to its ties and connections to CBDC, central bank digital currency, and most importantly, the effect that it will have on your money, our money, in our bank accounts, in our checkings, in our savings accounts, in our retirement accounts, pensions, the whole nine. And this is not just banks. This includes credit unions as well. My intent, my goal is to provide as many answers as possible for us all. With each and every question, there is more and more research being done to provide clarity and hopefully the truth as to what it is, what's happening, what will happen in the future, and what we can do to plan, prepare, and protect ourselves from whatever the threats may be. With that being said, I'm not going to overload you with too much information on any one video, so I'm going to keep these short, sweet, and to the point. If this interests you, then by all means, show that by hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, and just drop a comment down below and say, Kevin, I really do appreciate the video and the information that you have shared. Now, let's get right into it. There have already been 35 banks that have accepted the FedNow, this new FedNow system. There are still hundreds of banks that have their applications in to be approved and then adopt this new FedNow system. There has been tons of pushback and dancing around the topic and discussion and answering of questions related to the ties of FedNow and a CBDC. But really and truly, I think the most commonly asked question and most important one that requires an answer today is my money safe in the bank? Should I take my money out of the bank? Are credit unions safer than banks? And if so, or if not, what can I do? Kevin, what are you doing? Now, again, I do not want to overload you guys in this one video or any one video for that matter. So I'm going to keep this short and to the point. Does this prove, this FedNow system, this adoption, this integration, this rollout, this launch, does it prove that your money isn't safe in the banks? Well, it depends. How much money do you have in the bank? What banks do you bank with? What type of transactions do you regularly conduct, and what type of business are you in? Is it what they would consider to be, and they being the banks and financial institutions, as a, how do they put it, an informal occupation? If you need further clarity on that, then by all means, feel free to reach out to me and we can go into a deep dive on exactly what that means. Because depending on your occupation and where your money is coming from, deposits made to your account, particularly those associated with certain industries, certain religious groups, certain political views, we have seen instances where banks have denied accounts, closed them down, frozen funds, terminated long-standing customers over this new social credit score ESG system that's coming, which ESG, social credit, FedNow, ISO 20022, CBDC, central bank digital currency, UPI, unified payment interface, universal payment interface. These are all intertwined and connected. As I've told you before, we're all in this together some way, shape, or form. Whether you know it now or believe it to be true, eventually you will feel the impact. However, it will affect you positively, negatively, or both. Because there isn't just a single answer as to right or wrong, good or bad, safe or unprotected. So we really have to look at this from a bigger picture. Now, do you have a substantial amount of funds in your account? And I understand that substantial could be relative depending on who is answering the question. For some, a few $100s is going to be substantial. Others, thousands. Some, millions. And I would say that if you fall into the latter category, then me personally, I wouldn't want to have more money in any bank account that would essentially be uninsured by FDIC. FDIC has limits of $250,000. And we have seen here recently with recent bank failures and collapse situations that, yeah, some of those depositors were actually covered more than the insurance actually stated. But if we were to see a widespread, catastrophic, extinction level event situation with the banking system, a US dollar collapse, a change in our monetary system, a conversion from physical paper notes to a completely digital currency, Fedcoin, I can't say with any certainty that I would feel very confident that my money would be safe and protected in the bank. With that being said, I would much rather have that money somewhere else, somewhere safer. And that would particularly be in an asset that can also produce more money. But again, I don't want to overload you with too much information in any one video, so we're going to stick to the topic at hand. Is this proof that FedNow is putting money at risk in the banks? And should anyone take all their money out of the banks? Are credit unions a safer place to protect your wealth? Well, I'll tell you this. If you were considering taking all of your money out of the bank and moving it somewhere else, whether it be in your backyard, buried in glass jars in your yard, or stuffed under your mattress, or deposited into some safety deposit box or some vault somewhere, I really, really hope that you take into consideration each and every possible scenario and outcome that could result. And to help you with that, I've created a video that I want you guys to check out. I'm going to put it on the screen here. And this is exactly what I would do if I were to take all of my money out of the bank right now. Please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Feel free to reach out to me. You guys take care, be safe. I'll see you real soon.